everything, Hunter, and you threw it all away. You hope the laptop will take down everybody with you.
Get out!
China's not our enemy. They're not bad folks.
I love my dad, and I just want to make him proud.
Grab your popcorn. New film is doing the job the FBI and the basket of biased press refuses to do, expose the Biden family's corruption. It's called My Son Hunter and is based on the investigative reporting inspired in large part from information recovered from the Hunter Biden laptop. The film's director, a gifted actor in his own right, founder and CEO of Sun Lion Records and Sun Lion Films, Robert Davi. Mr. Davi, it's great to see you again, sir. How does it feel to do the job that the basket of biased press and the FBI refuses to do?
Well, thank you for having me, Chris. I love your show. Well, you know, I think it's something that's necessary at this particular time. We've seen in our nation, and the film has been crowdsourced, you know, the unreported society, story society, because the frustration of the American people seeing stories being squashed, being hidden. We know that Mark Zuckerberg even said recently, the FBI came to them and said, listen, squelch this story. So it's important that we get the word out so people can have an honest appraisal of our government and what's going on. We've seen for years, for the last, since President Trump had gotten into office, the collusion, the Russian collusion, and how they blew up that story and continue to blow it up in every turn they can. And yet here we have one of the biggest stories in America, and it's being suppressed, so we needed to tell this.
Well, you say that while you were preparing to film this in Serbia, Hunter Biden's lawyers tried to infiltrate your set. That tells me they're worried. Tell us the story.
Well, we're on the set filming, of course. I have playing Hunter Biden is the great English actor Lawrence Fox, whose family is a huge English family of acting tradition, and he does a masterful job at playing Hunter Biden, really like a Academy Award-winning performance. You've got Gina Carano, who is like a modern-day Lauren Bacall in some ways, and she plays a Secret Service agent. You've got John James, who was from Dynasty, who plays Joe Biden. And I wanted to tell the story that was that had emotion, that had nuance. It's not a story that just tells the facts. There's a message in the ravioli. There's an emotional story between father and son. I don't demonize the drug addiction. And they came to the set, I think, and what was interesting, Chris, is that a month before, and we filmed the movie in Serbia, a month before, Hunter Biden was at the same hotel we were at in Serbia, filming. And then while we're shooting, these gentlemen take a private jet telling us they're doing a documentary, and I guess they set it up through the producers. I wasn't involved in that negotiation. And they came on the set and wanted to question people and interview people. And we find out later on that it was part of the team that helped Hunter Biden with a $2 million tax bill. So it's kind of interesting. But again, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty interesting. Mr. Davi, I've only got about a minute left. But yesterday there was a secret screening of the film. And Hollywood conservatives came out, some Hollywood conservative insiders came out, but they had to keep it on the down low. Funny, when they did those hit films on Reagan, on Bush, and on Trump, Hollywood, I don't remember these left-wing insiders having to hide their faces or their identities. In the absence of conservative actors and a perspective, do you think that's why Hollywood just can't seem to make a film that has broad appeal in the United States anymore?
Well, I think there's a myopic vision in Hollywood that's speaking to a certain cultural Marxist agenda. And this has been going on since the 50s when they infiltrated the heads of the studios, the readers, the agencies, and they would pick certain projects that promoted the agenda they wanted and put some of them aside. At that time in Hollywood, you had an amazing amount of people who were conservatives, not just Marxists, and they had a lot of power, so films were made. But today in Hollywood, it's a little bit different. It's difficult. We need the cultural warriors. The Breitbart is putting this film out. And as Andrew Breitbart used to say, politics is downstream from culture. So the conservatives, we have to learn how to message, how to get that in between, how to respond to the independents, the people that are on the fence that necessarily might not hear a message because it's too polarizing. This doesn't do that. This doesn't demonize the drug addiction. It tells a father and son story and exposes the alleged influence peddling corruption that was going on. I think as you said, the Hollywood contingent, they will tell stories bashing, you know, if this was about Don Trump Jr., and he said it himself, they'd be having a premiere at the Man's Chinese Theater, and every starlet in Hollywood show up. And it's not the case with this, you know. And it's as
That's for sure.
It's a terrific film. Yeah, Chris.
I can't wait to see it. And Robert Davi, congratulations on the work, sir. And thanks for your time here on the Salcedo Show, as always.